Hey, what's up? This is Laidback Luke, DJ and producer, Kung Fu athlete, and dedicated dad. Let's talk about DJing in this vlog. Almost everyone is a DJ currently, anyone that makes tracks, anyone that's a celebrity, anyone that is just coming up. But what does it really take to become an expert and enjoy this thoroughly? We are currently only 3 weeks away from Mixmash taking over Miami in 2019. Tickets are going fast. Make sure you grab yours right now in the description below. I can't wait for you to see all that Mixmash has out in the sun. Speaking of new Mixmash things, today on Friday, Eastblock with Pyrodox are out on my Mixmash label right now with their new track called Rhythm. Links below to check some new music out. On the number 1 and 2 comment from last week, JRO Official and Christian Ozario. Thank you so much for leaving a comment behind. If you already have a comment, make sure to leave them down below. Okay, so the art of DJing, the fun of DJing, real DJing, what is it? In this vlog, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you what I need from you to become an expert. So we're out here in Boston at the W. It's really good to be here. I was gonna shoot some drone footage outside, but it's really cold out. So instead of that, and before I ran, a little Kung Fu session. Okay, so that was the Kung Fu live first. You saw a guy training with me. His name is DJ Alex Brown. He's very much into my online Kung Fu course. Let's just ask him what he thinks of it.
I've been training this course for about 4 months now. This course has helped me set up a workout routine. Prior to doing this Kung Fu course, I tried going to the gym weekly and such, but I was not able to keep up that routine, and being able to do the Kung Fu at home has helped me, and I'm now able to hold a steady workout routine.
So there you have it. You have the possibility to train personally with me as well. You need to become my online Kung Fu student. I am still gathering people for it, so make sure to email me on sifulucasmail@gmail.com. It's my personal mail. No, I'm not taking any DJ mixes or tracks there as a demo. Kung Fu only. I'm excited to rant with you right now. Let's do it in the hotel room. Because right now, after training, I'm super pumped to talk to you about this. And so it's been a little bit of a tough week concerning the DJ art for me. I feel every single year that passes by, we kind of like lose the oversight of what the art is all about and how the art can bring back the fun and adoration I had with DJing when I came up. I was one of you, and I was a fan of a lot of DJs out there. And I loved seeing photos of these DJs in magazines, like behind the decks, like rocking a crowd in sweaty environments. The people that I look up to never climbed on top of a DJ booth. Only really occasionally grabbed the mic, had a ton of skills. They were always freaking with the records. And this is why I fell in love with DJing, watching those guys and thinking, oh, I want to be able to do what those guys are doing as well, manipulating the music like that. And so I said it before, and I even made a vlog about it. DJs aren't the same as producers. It's trying to compare a baker with a butcher, which is totally something else. Or even a shoe salesman with a sneaker model or something. It doesn't make sense. DJs are not producers. And so nowadays the producer took over the DJ game, and very typical what producers do that they think is a part of DJing, but is not. They think mixing and key matters for dance floors, which it doesn't, because it doesn't necessarily add up to the dance floor energy. Often producer DJs jump from genre to genre, and so the flow in a set, something that builds up in anticipation to make people dance and to keep people dancing, is totally missing when playing, you know, dubstep to deep house to trap to a pop song. Very commonly, producer DJs think that a mic is really necessary to get the crowd going. The mic is actually not essential, and it's not even essential in communicating with the crowd or even to get the vibe back up. What's really important in keeping the energy in a set and keeping the people engaged is the essence, and the essence is picking the right track at the right moment. But how can you pick the right track at the right moment if you're not watching the crowd? And so this is essential for real DJs to look at the crowd and think, oh, I have this and that type of crowd, it's this and that type of environment, the energy is this way right now. I have exactly the track that will help me out right here, right now. And another big misconception is that when producer DJs figure out how to mix 8 bars, they think they're there and they're a DJ now. But that's not it, and it's a little bit hilarious. I'm jumping on this bed now, but let me talk for a minute. Learning how to weave tracks for 8 bars is the bare essential of what DJing is all about. Learning just how to beat match for 8 bars is the same as learning how to program a kick drum. So if you're a producer right now that is watching right now, so say if you've been producing for 2 months now, I'm sure the more experienced producers know that within 2 months you can't make tracks that sound professional or will actually stand a chance to being signed. And so a lot of producer DJs give us the DJ skills that's equivalent to programming a kick drum, putting some preset synths on there, having the sound goodizer on the master, and then going to someone and saying, I'm a producer now. Same as in sports, for instance. If you want to reach the top level in, for instance, like a baseball team, do you really think it'll only take you 2 months of intense training to reach a professional level in baseball? Same goes for anything, in work-related situations as well. Say you're just starting a new job and you've just been doing it 2 months and there's this other guy that has been doing it for 9 years, or like in my case, over 2 decades. Then in 2 months you can't call yourself an expert yet. And you know what I think the most ironic part is? That a lot of you producer DJs stuck so many hours in learning how to produce, learning how to properly EQ, learning how to compress, program your own synths, do sound designing, and all those years and hours you spent into becoming this awesome producer you may or probably are by now. And so you've earned that. You've earned the skill. You know how tracks work. You know how to judge other people's tracks. You've put the miles and years into that. And so my wish to keep this DJ art alive is that I wish a lot of you producers would stick the time and effort into DJing as well. Properly practice each and every day. Build a library. Figure out how it is to properly watch a crowd. Figure out how it is to develop your technique properly. And the reason why you should develop your technique properly is because you don't need to be afraid while you're on stage. There's nothing better than to walking up on a stage and knowing you got this. And there's nothing better than to be behind the decks and see the crowd maybe, becoming less and less interested. And instead of yelling through the mic and asking them how they're feeling, you know exactly which track to play, and the track after, and the track after, and the track after, to lift the vibe up and give them the night of their life. And nothing is more gratifying than to be able to adapt to various situations, to various types of crowd, to be able to be the curator of the music on a night and to manipulate the dance floor in that matter that you have them in the palm of your hand, and it's up to you to lift the vibe up and to really make that night explode. And no, it's not the CO2, no, it's not the confetti, no, it's not you standing on top of the DJ booth that did that. It's sheer mastery of the complete art form that made you do that. And after all these years of DJing, nothing is more fun than to actually go back behind your console and just go and mix a few tracks and feel the vibe and weave in and out of tracks. Mind you, this has nothing to do with followers, with private jets, with fame, with money, that sort of thing. Pure back to basics, just going in and mixing your favorite tracks. And the best thing of it is the fun of it all. You are actually able to do this. And no, you don't need a computer to make your DJ mix. And it doesn't feel right for me. Like the whole feeling of being in that mix and writing those beats and catching those beats and then manipulating the EQs in a certain organic way that adds up to the dance floor energy instead of, playing track by track. This is that real feeling of real DJing, and I want you to experience that as well. And so tonight in Boston as well, I'm gonna put some new tracks on my USB and get ready for the show tonight. Royale in Boston, I'm gonna put those tracks on my USB. Let's go and do some DJing.
that hope.
What I'd love for you right now is to take your controller and take this knowledge you just took in and go and mix a set today. Peel with the effects, learn how to beat match by ear, expand your libraries, look for new and unknown tracks, and keep remembering those good combos you come across for later, maybe if you need to perform, and in due time you'll become a DJ expert as well. If you liked what you heard in this vlog, if you appreciate the knowledge, make sure to leave me a thumbs up. Do leave me a comment behind as well. Next week I want to talk to you about hold up, but to not miss out, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. So next week I want to talk to you about time management. Often people ask me, Luke, how do you do all of this? You know, the dedicated dad part, the kung fu part, finishing tracks, listening to demos, DJing a little bit here and there. How do you do it? Next week I'm gonna explain, and I can't wait for you to tune back in again. Until then, L's up, rave safely, and salute.